Hi there, we're into week 6. There are 2 assignments in week 6, and both of them are to do with chapter 3 of our final proposal, which is the method section or the methodology. The first of these 2 assignments is the IRB form. The IRB stands for the Institutional Review Board. And the Institutional Review Board is the board that takes care of the responsibilities of a researcher to make sure that everybody's informed of what's happening and that the appropriate ethics are being followed. This assignment's worth 50 points and is due by the end of this week. And this one's fairly straightforward. When you have designed, or as you begin to design your research study, you'll begin to realize that you're going to need to fill in one of these 3 forms. You're either going to fill in an exempt review form, an expedited review form, or a full review form. You can't do research without filling out one of those forms. So an exempt review form means that I'm doing research that doesn't involve other people, it doesn't involve human subjects, it doesn't involve any ethical issues, and so I don't believe that there needs to be an institutional review board look at what I'm doing. And so you apply to them for your research to be exempt. It basically says the research that I'm doing is not harming anybody in any way, it's not really involving anybody, and so I don't need to share any ethical information. For example, you might be doing research around ages of individuals or collecting data which is open, voter data, for example, which is open for public record. So if you're using that sort of data, then you would not need to actually complete a form or an ethics disclosure to those individuals because there aren't any individuals in the project. You may fill out an expedited review form. The expedited review form is filled out when your research, again, doesn't really involve human subjects, but might involve some sensitive information. Or it might involve third-party individuals or volunteers, so they know. So this would suggest that you're aware that there needs to be a process for ethical procedures, but you don't believe it would need to go through a full process of review. Obviously, the last is the full review form, and you fill out a full review form whenever you're conducting research where there are human subjects or whenever there might be marginalized individuals or groups that you would need to make sure that they understand what's going on. In each of these forms have been developed by the Bonaventure IRB committee, and your job will be to go through and make sure you complete the form fully. Make sure you go through to page 3 where you have to write out some details about what it is that your research design looks like, how you'll collect data, and the individuals that are involved in it. The idea is that you would go through and select which of these forms you think you need to do for your research once you've designed it, and then fill out the form as if you were going to apply. Once you've done that, you can upload it, and you should be done with this assignment.